Hi Libra, welcome to your weekly reading. I'm Jude. Remember, these are general, so they may or may not resonate, and that you have free will, so you choose what you do with the information here. Oh, it's already begun. So welcome. Firstly, we're going to have a look at what's the energy you've been in, Libra. What have you been dealing with? What's been going on for you in the week leading into the 6th of Feb? And then we'll look at the 6th of Feb, some challenges if they're around, and what might be coming in to help you. Okay, so let's get underway. So Libra, what I'm seeing here with the energy leading into the 6th of Feb, we've got the Two of Cups, the Ace of Swords, and the Hierophant. So my sense here is that you've actually kind of come into an agreement, a deal. For some of you, it might be a relationship. But it's like you come into absolute clarity, a new way of thinking. And it does, if it's a relationship, it feels like there's a commitment. Just hearing for some of you, you might be engaged. I know this is general, so that's not going to resonate for everyone, but with the Two of Cups and the Hierophant, that just is the possibility of that, or maybe there's a marriage. But there's a new way of thinking about as well. So for some, this can be an agreement or signing a contract. Yeah. Feels like you're very clear though, Libra, and there's a new way of thinking happening here. There's a commitment of some sort. Yeah, and a commitment of some sort is the feeling I have with that. So let's have a look then at what's the week of the 6th of Feb for Libra, please. Week of the 6th of Feb for Libra. The 6th of Feb for Libra, please. Spirit, what's the week of the 6th of Feb for Libra? Okay. So we have the Magician, the Five of Swords, the Eight of Pentacles, and the Sun. So Libra, what I can see here is that with this clarity, it's like you've really wanted to connect and bring something into being in your world. It feels very positive. And it feels like you've kind of had to fight for what you've wanted as well. Not literally and physically, but with your words and your ideas and your communication. And I feel there's a couple of things here. It feels like it could be in a workplace, but it feels like you have worked on this as well. It's like you've worked on yourself as well, is what I'm hearing, of how you deal with this. And I feel you'll be really happy and satisfied with the result of this. But it's also about leaning into your intuition as well. And it's such a positive aspect that leads you through this week. You've got 3 major cards on the table as well. So this feels quite a big energy, Libra. But yeah, it feels like you have to stand your ground a little bit. And you do it because you're really believing in what this is. It feels like a committed energy, and one that is important to you as well. The challenge. So I did ask what would be the challenge is next. So the challenge, Libra, we've got the 9 of Swords, the Chariot, the 6 of Swords, and Judgment. So the challenge is going to be in your thinking, not to ruminate too much, to hold on to that Ace of Swords where you're very clear, and the 5 of Swords where you stand your ground. I feel like you hold your position and you fight for what you think and believe. The challenge is not to drop into that 9 of Swords. This is where we wake up at 3 a.m. ruminating on on things, playing loops of thinking over and over sort of feeling. Because you are okay is what I hear here. But, you know, sometimes our mind likes to get into that pattern. So this is the challenge. And the challenge is going to also be how you move forward, because we've got the Chariot and the Six of Swords, which are both cards that talk about moving forward. Judgment talks about a crossroad and hearing a wake-up call, like, yeah, getting that there's a decision to be made here. Because this is coming in as challenge energy, it's saying, you know, don't get too caught in over, you know, the thinking, ruminating, because it might challenge you for how you move forward. And hearing that wake-up call and knowing that there's a choice or a decision to be made. So, yeah, just because that's a challenge, you know, I'm going to ask now, what will help you? What will help Libra, please, with this challenge energy? What will help? Lots of things. That's too many, I'm going to say. I don't read reverse typically, and because this is helping energy, I'm reading it. I read upright typically. It's only if I'm guided to not, but yeah. So, Libra, what will help you is the Three of Swords, the Fool, the Emperor, and the Queen of Swords. I'm just having a look at how many majors are on the table. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There are 7 major cards here, Libra. So this feels like, and when we get a lot of majors in the tarot, this is about bigger issues in life, the bigger lessons, the bigger energies. You've also got a lot of swords on the table. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 swords on the table. So a lot of it's to do with thinking. Swords are all about what happens, you know, in this space here, the airwaves, but it's about our thinking, our ideas, our communication. So what's coming in to help you? Because the Three of Swords is showing as a helper, this is about you healing and letting go of the painful thoughts that have hurt your heart. It feels like there have been some things that have hurt here, and particularly where you've had to kind of go into a little bit of battle for yourself against something. And I know that's taken a little bit of work on your part, is what I can see here. And it's been a challenge because I feel like this has really weighed on you a little bit about how you can move forward. But this energy says you begin to heal those thinking patterns that have caused the angst. And there's a new beginning sitting here, a leap of faith. You know, sometimes the Fool says, are we being naive? Are we taking a risk? Possibly. But there's a desire to move forward here with a lightness. It's like, okay, I'm going to leave all that behind now and I'm moving forward. This is a new journey that begins. It's a leap of faith taken with a lightness in your soul. The Emperor is very strong, very sure, very certain. There's a lot of wisdom in the Emperor. There's also a protection of your emotional energy. He wears a suit of armor. So he's like, you don't mess with me. There's a strength and a power here. And there's also an energy of due diligence, doing your homework, doing your research, being in a really strong energy and position. Now, the Queen of Swords, this is absolute clarity. And so all of these swords here, it kind of ties back into this Ace of Swords at the start. The Queen of Swords is someone who wants the truth. And she's very black and white. There's an energy here of yes, no. Very decisive. which is also being an air sign. She represents the air signs, so Libra, Aquarius or Gemini. But, this is you sitting here. Potentially, if she was in a profession, she might be a lawyer or a solicitor, which is also what I'm feeling drawn to for some reason. For some of you, this might be relevant. Might be you negotiating some sort of financial arrangement here. For some of you, that's just dropped in, but that's not going to be for everyone. But this is an energy of, so you might have a lawyer working with you, or this may be you. And it's like, this is transformational now. There's a lot of energy here that says you're letting go of these old past pains and you're just moving forward because you're wanting to move on. We've got the Chariot and the Six of Swords that are both talking, Libra, about moving on. It's time to move forward according to these cards. And you want to do it with a lightness in your step. The Empress says, do your planning, do your homework, stand your ground. The Queen of Swords is very certain and solid as well. So there's a real strength underneath here that feels like it's coming up for you, Libra. All right, so I'm just going to close your reading out, asking for a message from Spirit, please. A message from Spirit for Libra. A message from Spirit. Well, that's a lot. Okay. So the first card that came was the Six of Cups, Five of Cups, Page of Wands, and Page of Coins. So there's a sense here of a little bit of nostalgia, a little bit of nostalgia is what I'm hearing, because it feels like this is something from the past that might be closing out, and there is some sadness there, because it feels like there's been some sense of loss. And you are looking at that at the moment. I feel that ties in here with this Nine of Swords, Five of Swords, Three of Swords. There's a sense of this has caused a bit of pain and a bit of heartache. And for some of you, it might have been about a relationship or a committed relationship that you've kind of, or you've had to fight for like some sort of financial aspect here. But it feels like it's worked through and worked out for you, but not without a fight. It feels like there's had to be a bit of a challenge or a fight of sorting this out. But the strength of what you're doing is that you're wanting to move on and move forward and out of that emotional turbulence, I feel. But there, it's like you look back and there's some fond memories there, and it's like you're a little bit sad about some of the parts of what have played out. And, it is important to feel our emotions and go, yeah, okay, I did feel that. But the two pages here, along with the Fool, are feeling to me like this is now the beginning of a new journey, a new chapter, one where you've got a new sense of direction. Because it's a wand and a pentacle, it might be a new work opportunity, but it's a new sense of a beginning happening for you. A new path to walk is what I'm hearing. Okay, Libra, I hope that was helpful or insightful for you. I wish you all the very best and that you have a great week. And if you enjoyed, please like, share and subscribe. That would be fantastic. Thank you. Bye for now.